right, y'all. It's time to get into these Dallas Cowboys, man. Let's look at their schedule and see what they're going to do this season. I think the other day, like just before I even looked at the schedule, I had us going 10-7. But after I looked at the schedule and everything like that, I think I gave us 12 games. But this was the schedule been out, and this was like maybe a week ago that I just gave my predictions when I was talking to somebody like on Instagram or something like that, telling them what I thought how I thought the season was gonna go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get back into this schedule for the purpose of this video, just to tell y'all what I think and give y'all the reasoning why behind it. Just because I feel like with the Cowboys this season, like especially after watching the draft, it seemed like in the offseason too, free agency, it seemed like every other team in our division got better and we stayed the same. So that's the number one concern right there for me, for the Cowboys. Secondly, we went and got Zeke back to try and solve our running back issues, and we let go of Tony Pollard, which Tony Pollard wasn't the problem. I feel like, I think the main thing with the Cowboys is that Jerry Jones doesn't want to make a move, and then he like halfway listens to the fan base as far as what people want to see and what the team needs, when he's the person who needs to be more acclimated into taking the time and going through the roster and seeing where we need the right improvements to get over the hump and to get to a Super Bowl. I don't understand why he doesn't like to make moves in the free agency to get guys. We passed up on the opportunity to get a whole bunch of people. We, just a lot of veteran guys that we could have just got out of the free agency just to make a move, just to make a spark. Even with Russell Wilson, I feel like, because we got Trey Lance at backup, but with that, he shows us the same thing every single year. Granted, last year they're going to say, well, the defense came out and did whoop-de-woo and this, that, and the third, and he was already playing from behind. But it's just like, bro, when we got on the field, we have to go down and score. We're playing the Packers. I don't give a fuck what the situation was, the scenario was. Dak Prescott, he's expected to go out and put up points. Our offense was one of the top passing offenses in the league last season, and we weren't even able to go out and do anything versus the Packers until the second half when it was trash downs, when it was trash time. We was already getting blown out by 40 before halftime. So at that point, the game didn't even really matter no more. So we came back and made it look close, but I feel like we need to change something with the quarterback situation. You see all these young quarterbacks that's getting drafted, they coming over and they taking over the league. It's a young intern league right now. You got people like Caleb Williams that just got to the Bears. I think he's finna make a big impact. You got Bryce Young, who had a rough first season, but that's because they didn't have an O-line built around him and no help around him for him to really succeed and blossom into the player that he really supposed to be. You got guys like C.J. Stroud. Everybody's seeing what he just went out and did. Jaden McDaniels. All these young quarterbacks that's coming in, and that's a mixture of guys who's already in the league and guys who ain't played a snap of NFL football yet. But these are still young quarterbacks who teams are taking a risk at and saying, hey, I think you're going to be the guy. Because you got guys like Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes who came in, and they were the guy since day one, except for Patrick Mahomes because he was playing behind Alex Smith. But that didn't last long. And everybody made their impact. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Dak has had his time in Dallas, but I feel like if he not able to do nothing this season for real, we need to seriously consider either starting Trey Lance the following season or drafting somebody at quarterback. That's my opinion. But enough with the rambling, man. I'm going to go ahead and get into the schedule. So week 1, we play the Browns at their stadium. And for that game, it's kind of 50-50, I feel like, with me, but I feel like that's a game that we should be able to win. The Browns, they got a real solid defense over there, and then Deshaun Watson is going to be healthy for the start of the season. I still feel like he still got a lot of football left to play after all the massage scandal and shit like that. So I definitely feel like we'll be able to win that game. It's going to be a tough game. But I feel like the Cowboys definitely need a tougher schedule throughout the regular season, because I think the main thing, too, is that we have tough games sprinkled in, and we're always able to either split those tough games or win, 2 out of the 5, or, something like that. But we need a tough schedule all the way through because that's gonna really be a good gauge of how the Cowboys gonna do in the playoffs. And honestly, I feel like it'll help them out too because if you're constantly playing teams that are top tier every single week and you don't really have any off weeks for real, it's gonna make it hard for you to just flop in the playoffs. You feel me? So I get the Cowboys that win week 1 versus the Browns. Week 2, we got the Saints. The Saints, they starting to build a young team over there, man. They got a lot of young pieces. They got a lot of speed over there in the receiving corps. I definitely feel like they'll probably come out and give us some problems, but I feel like that's another game that we can win too. Again, it just depends on what our defense is looking like. That's kind of my main concern right now. The offense has never been a problem for us. It's always been the defense. We always have either a good front seven and a bad secondary, or we always have we ain't never really just had an elite secondary. So that's really always been the problem for real. I don't know why we don't just go and stack up on safeties and corners. Like, if we go and stack up on safeties and corners, we can get the other guys to do what they got to do. You feel me? Because we got Micah Parsons rushing the quarterback already, so it's already cutting down on the amount of time that the quarterback got to throw the ball. So if we able to just go ahead and get some corners who can cover for a good amount of time and be locked down, we'll fuck around and have a defense like the Legion of Boom a few years back. So I got them 2-0 right now versus the Browns and the Saints. And then we got Lamar at the crib. That is one that I think we're going to lose for sure. Lamar is definitely coming back with a vengeance this season. Last season, he had a hell of a season, MVP season. Everybody felt like he was going to go out and go win the Super Bowl, but of course, you got the likes of Patrick Mahomes in the way over there in the AFC. So I don't know, man. It's going to be a tough game for sure, for sure. Their defense is filthy. Kyle Hamilton came into the league and was everything that the Ravens hoped that he would be, but better. He reacts to the ball fast as fuck. He's tall. He got a long wingspan. They still got Roquan Smith, I think. Who did they get rid of? Was it Patrick Queen? Yeah, Patrick Queen went to the Steelers. Yeah, so, they still got him. They got, the defense is crazy. So, and then you got Lamar and Derrick Henry added to the offense. The RPO is going to be insane. I don't think we're going to be able to stop that, honestly. They're going to read option the fuck out of Micah Parsons. Even when he had linebacker, it's still going to be a problem for us. So, yeah, man. I got the Ravens winning that game for sure. We're going to go out and we're going to lose our second home game. So I got us at 2-1 right now. Then game 4, we play the Giants at their crib. I would say that's one that we should win, but the Giants have low-key gotten better the past couple seasons. Like, they've had a hella injury problems, and then, they came back this offseason. They made some moves. They got rid of Saquon, but I think they went and got Singletary, Singletary to replace him. They went and drafted Malik Neighbors, and they still got bro from Tennessee from last year. So I feel like they got a lot of young players on that team, even on the defensive end. They got a lot of young corners and shit. So the Giants definitely are in a position to actually make a spark in our division this season. So I'm not just going to count them out. I honestly will even say that they're going to beat us low-key because they're going to be at home. I think Danny Dimes is going to try to come back and have a better season after he got that contract. He got a lot of young pieces around him. He's mobile, so he's mobile. He's mobile. He can run the ball. So, honestly, with him being able to use his legs a lot, that's going to give us a lot of issues. And him having all that speed out there at the receiving court and having young receivers, I definitely feel like it's going to give us some issues. So, I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to lose that game. Low-key. I know a lot of people are going to be like, it's the Giants. But, I mean, shit, you got to be realistic. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's team got better in our division except us. So, with that being said, it's not going to be a cakewalk. I got us losing that game. So, right now, we 2-2. Next, we got the Steelers for game 5. I feel like we'll lose that game, too. I'm not going to lie. Our schedule, I'm looking at this schedule right now. Our schedule is tough as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. This is probably the toughest schedule that I didn't seen us have in a little minute. And it's tough like all throughout. It's not easy the first half and then hard the second half or difficult the first. You know what I'm saying? Like it's tough the entire schedule. So the Steelers, man, I mean, depending on how Russell Wilson is playing, I feel like they're going to give us some fits. Russell Wilson, Najee Harris, George Pickens. Then on the defensive end, you got TJ Watt. Yeah, it might be over with. Yeah, I think they're going to beat us. And then we backdoor and play the Lions. And then after that, we go into a bye week, and then we come back and play the 49ers. We might go on a 3-game losing streak. Wait. No, a 4-game losing streak. Because right now I got us at 2-2. This game 5, I got us losing this one too. So we 2-3 right now. And this is me not being biased at all. This is me just going off the strength of matching up versus the other team. I feel like, realistically, the Steelers, they're going to have to come out and do something on offense. I mean, I ain't just going to come out here and blatantly say that we just going to lose to them. But we definitely got a big chance of losing to them. Their defense is stout, not going to lie. But if Russell Wilson come out and play better, and they still got Justin Fields. So if they sprinkling him in too, or if he might fuck around and be starting at that point. Is this going to be getting close to the halfway point of the season? So injuries might start happening. I don't know how, you know what I'm saying, that O-line going to be looking in front of Russell Wilson. But that's a game that we could potentially lose. Now, I said that we're going to lose it, but oh yeah, I'm going to stand on it. We're going to lose that game. So we're 2-3 right now. 5 games in. We're 2-3. And next we got the Lions. Now, the Lions, I know they still pissed about the way that they lost to us last year. So, with all that being taken into consideration, with that defense and the way that Jared Goff was playing last season, you got a Jahmyr Gibbs who's insane. They got a 2-headed monster at running back. And then a receiving corps. Like, their whole team is just, the Lions are way better than what they used to be. Facts. So, shit, I just feel like that's going to be another tough game too, man. That's a tough stretch right there. I got us at 2-3 right now, but I feel like the Lions definitely going to have our upper hand, man. We're going to be 2-4. And I know for a fact it's some of y'all that's sitting back there watching like, this nigga don't know what he talking about. This nigga he tripping. But realistically, look, I'm looking at the schedule just the same way you can go look it up. Look at who we playing. So far, we played the Browns, the Saints, Ravens, Giants, Steelers, and now we on week 6 at the Lions. These are all tough-ass teams. Out of all 6 of these teams, at least 4 of them have real solid-ass defenses. I don't see Dak just coming out here picking the defense apart. I don't see that. It's gonna be it's gonna be tough. Like, this ain't the same schedule that we used to. A cut and two, we coming out putting up 30, 40 points on people. Like, nah, this ain't finna be that type of season. I don't think we're the only team that didn't get outstandingly better. And we got contract issues that's coming up. We got to pay CD, Micah Parsons, D-Law. Like, we got some people to pay. Diggs. Like, we got people to pay. So it's just like, I don't know. I really don't know. I honestly don't understand what the logic be with Jerry Jones and you know, what he be thinking, but we didn't get that much better. I don't think we really got better at all. We really stayed the exact same. He feels confident that the Cowboys can go out and win the Super Bowl as is after getting our ass whooped in the first round. So maybe he just knows something that we don't know. Maybe he can see into the future. I damn sure don't think he can because, shit, we ain't won shit since the goddamn box computer was out. The first goddamn Mac computer was out with Apple. Shit, probably before that. Shit, we ain't won shit since the goddamn Amazon was created. We ain't won shit in forever. So, yeah, man. I think we're going to lose that game, too. I got us at 2-4. Then we go into the bye week. We probably going to have a couple people banged up. We might be missing some old linemen. You know, that's a typical storyline with us. Then we come out and we play the 49ers. I think that's going to be one of them games, too, where it's just like, game of the week. Sunday, primetime matchup. We're going to go out there and get our ass whooped. It ain't even going to be close. So, yeah, man, we're looking real 2-5-ish right now. No cap. And I can't even believe that I gave us an L to the Giants. But it's just like, the Giants, we don't have a clear-cut reason to just say that we're just gonna go out and beat the Giants for real. Like we can't just at least me, I can't just confidently go out and say, hey, we're gonna go ahead and beat the Giants. Because that's cap. You feel me? Like we didn't make any moves in the offseason to just where I just feel comfortable in my guys and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna go out and do it. You feel what I'm saying? Like there's no way that we're just gonna go out and blow out none of these teams that I just named off. And this is realistic. Now coming off the 49ers game, we got the Falcons. So I give us that. So right now we sitting at 2-5. Now we 3-5. You feel me? So after that we got the Eagles. Then like you feel me? Like it's this. I ain't gonna say we might not make the playoffs, but the way I got it right now, I don't know. Because I did just start the video and say that I had us winning at least 12 games. But now that I'm looking at this over again, I'm not too sure about that. Now, we do play the Eagles twice. You feel me? We play the Giants twice. So I feel like we're going to split both of those games. And I fuck around and say that we win both games with Washington. Because Washington got better, but I feel like, man, when is the last time Washington really beat us for real? You feel what I'm saying? Like, shit, Thanksgiving, 5, 6, 7 years ago? So, but anyway, yeah, right now, man, we at 3-5. Then we heading into the Eagles, man, for week 9. The Eagles definitely got an upper hand. They cheating. I'm not gonna lie. And we can't even be mad at them for doing what they're doing because we could have easily made some adjustments on the team and went and did the same shit they did. I thought for sure we was gonna get either Saquon or Derrick Henry, but we didn't get none of them. Derrick Henry went to the Ravens. That's fucking cheating. And then Saquon went to the Eagles. That's cheating even more because they O-line is arguably probably better than our O-line, even with Kelsey retiring. So, shit, I feel like we definitely going to lose that game. So now where we at, 3-6? Then we come out and play C.J. Stroud. You feel me? And they got Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs over there now. Yeah. I'm not going to lie, it's looking real bad. 3-7 now. We're going to have to go on a hell of a win streak to make something shake. The Eagles definitely winning our division for sure. The Eagles are going to win our division. Now, granted, I don't think we're going to lose to every single good opponent. I feel like we're going to go on a win streak the second half of the season because right now we at, 3-6? Because we definitely losing to the Eagles and the Texans back-to-back. We could possibly beat the Texans, I'm not going to lie, but just off the strength of the fact that they got C.J. Stroud over there in Houston, and he played last season as a rookie like he was already up to speed on everything, and their team got better, in my opinion. They went and added more weapons for him. I feel like he's going to come out and feel comfortable playing against us. Even though he's going to be at our crib in Jerry's world, I definitely still feel like he's going to be confident enough to go out and be like, I can do it to y'all at y'all crib. And it's going to be one of them games where it's just like, he going to be like talking his shit too. Like, he going to be showboating and shit on us because it's going to be like, he going to be going out dropping dimes. He going to be doing his little signature. You know what I'm saying? Like, he going to be having the ball. So, I definitely feel like we lose that. Then we go to Washington and we play the Commanders. I definitely feel like we win that game. So, what we at 4-6, I think. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that'll be 11. Well, the bye week. So, yeah, I had us beating the Browns, the Saints, the Falcons, and, yeah, the Commanders. So, at that point, we play the Giants again. I got us winning that game, so that's 5. Then we come out and play the Bengals. Now, if Joe Burrow is healthy, we might have issues. But we played them at home, and the last time we played them, we spanked them. I think we win that game too, so that's 6. Then we come out and we play Carolina after that. So I definitely feel like we should win that game too. Even though people are coming back healthy. Bryce, you know what I'm saying? It's still Bryce Young. He's a hell of a quarterback. I ain't gonna take nothing against him. A lot of people saying he was a bust, but I mean, shit, you gotta look at how he ain't had no time to throw the ball. And, you know, I'm not really sure on what they all went and did for the offseason, but I know they went and got a couple. They got a receiver for sure that can help them out. I think they went and got a couple O-linemen, so that's a game that I feel like we should win, but they're gonna give us some issues. They're gonna give us some fits, so that's another win. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right now we have 7 wins. So we 7-7 right now. We 7-7. We middle of the pack. Then we backdoor and we play the Buccaneers. I'm gonna give us that. So yeah, I'm gonna give us that win versus the Buccaneers. Even though Baker Mayfield got kind of hot at the end of last season, he's gonna have a second season to come in and be under his belt. Mike Evans was amazing as usual last season. That's just a veteran team over there. You just got to come out and be on your A game. The defense, I ain't gonna lie, is a step slower than what they used to be. So that's another reason why I'm giving us that win. I feel like our offense is gonna be able to hold up against their defense because their defense is not as good as it once was. So I'm gonna give us that game too. Then we back door and play the Eagles again. So that's 8-7. Then we play the Eagles again. Even though their team is crazily stacked, I feel like we're going to be able to split that. So that's going to be 9. And then we got the Commanders again. I think we beat them again. And we're going to be at home, last game of the season. We're probably going to need this win to solidify a certain spot in the playoffs because how many wins, well, how the record is looking. So I got us winning that game. So that's 10-7. 10-7, that ain't that bad considering the fact that the Cowboys didn't really make any moves this offseason. A lot of teams got better. We didn't get any better. And then, too, just got to look at if we can stay healthy because we have a issue with our guys being injured as far as in, like, key pivotal positions. It's always our O-linemen. Our O-linemen get hurt every fucking season, like, towards the beginning/middle of the season, and they fuck us for, like, 3-4 games that we could have won, but we didn't because we had somebody playing left tackle. They usually don't play tackle. We play right guard or some shit like that. So, you know, it's gonna be one of those things, man. It's gonna come to that. The quarterback play has always been an issue, bro. We've never, and I don't want to use the pressure of playing for the Cowboys as an excuse because at the end of the day, bro, you're a professional. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to, with the O-line that we have and the running game that we take pride in to establishing, there's no reason why as a quarterback you shouldn't be able to go out and play action the ball and do what you need to do to win games. We got CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and they believe in this Jalen Tolbert guy. I told myself the other day, they were showing clips of him at practice for OTAs. He got this number 1 on. He sleeved up, leg sleeve. I said, you better come out and do something because you rocking number 1. I hate when we always give number 1 to just anybody. Number 1 had no drip. Just was out there and number 1 was sorry as fuck. This shit pissed me off. And now this nigga got number 1. So hopefully he's able to do something with it. But he did have he had a couple spark plays. We just didn't really use him that much. But I feel like with us, shit, with CD being the main focal point and us having a guy like Brandon Cooks, it's going to be hard for him to really shine as a number 3. Especially when we have 2 tight ends that we like a lot. Who's Dak for sure is going to depend on to make some easy throws this season. So, I don't know, man. It's going to be one of those seasons where we're just going to have to see what's going on. I think the running game is not going to be resolved either. We went and we got Zeke. But it's going to be interesting to see how the lineup is. I know for sure they're probably going to have Zeke starting. If not Zeke, then I don't see us starting Deuce Vaughn as a starting running back and then us just using Zeke for goal line. We got too much respect for Zeke and what he's done for the franchise, even though he ain't really done shit yet. But the loyalty he had for the franchise, the rookie season he had, the playoff run he had, like all that, the emotional tie that we have with Zeke, like I don't see us doing him wrong 2 times in a row if we're going to bring him back, especially if we didn't really want to let him go to begin with. I definitely feel like he probably going to for sure come out and start. And then Deuce Vaughn might get that second string spot, which I'm not a fan of. The only way I'm excited about Zeke starting for us is if he shed like 5 or 10 pounds. Like, I feel him, you want to add muscle, you run hard, you taking all these big hits and shit, but goddamn, man. You feel me? Like, it wasn't always his fault before he got traded that he wasn't getting no yards or nothing like that because a lot of the times he would get the ball and then somebody was already in his face. But All them, them little drills you be posting on Instagram, like, come on, fam, you gotta at least be able to make one jump cut and get up out of there. At least get 5 or 6. You feel me? I'm tired of seeing you get a measly 1-2 yards that was hard fought for. Like, you going forward, but you ain't really getting shit. You putting us in third and long situations every time. So, I definitely want to be able to see him lose about 5 or 10 pounds, get that speed back, look like rookie season Ohio State Zeke with the jersey rolled up, with the 6-pack, not the fat pack. So, shit. Yeah, man. And I really like Rico Dowdle. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. It's Dowdle or Dowdle, one of the two. But I really like the way he run. He run hard, but he got some wiggle to him and some elusiveness. I like the way he run. And he got some burst. So I definitely would like to see him like probably as the starter or second string. Deuce Vaughn is like he cool and all. He just little as hell. And I feel like we didn't play him a lot last season for a reason, not just because we had TP, because he could have easily been second string, but I mean, Rico Dowdle got more carries than he did. So, I don't know, man. I definitely feel like Rico Dowdle should definitely be in the rotation a lot as well, but Deuce Vaughn should be like more of a return guy. He should be back there with Turpin, because Turpin be tripping sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. He got all that speed, but sometimes his vision be a little questionable to me. Because there's no way you should be getting caught by the kicker on no return. Especially when you got him at an angle. Because at this point, you can set him up. You can either dead leg and outrun him, because he ain't going to be able to flip his hips fast enough to catch you. Or you can, you feel me? Like, there's no way you should be getting caught by no kicker. So I definitely feel like we should use him at that, or like a guy that we put in and we run like a little bit of read option or wildcat, something like that. I don't know. It's kind of tough, though, because Rico Dowdle is a good-ass running back. I would be pissed if we let him go, because he can get tough yardage and he can get those burst plays, in my opinion. And he can catch out of the backfield. So, I don't know. It's a little tricky situation in that running back room. We got 3 good running backs. Zeke is just having that veteran presence. I don't feel like he's done yet. A lot of people counted him out, but he started to do a little bit of something for the Patriots last year, middle to late in the season. So, just showing flashes that he still had a little bit of juice in him. So, yeah, man. I think that pretty much wraps this video up. As far as the division, who's going to win the division, I think that's a given. The Eagles got this by a long shot. With us going 10-7, I don't know. We might be able to snag number 2, but it just depends on what the Giants do. I think one of my partners, he's a real big Giants fan. I think he feel like Malik Neighbors is going to come out and beat Odell Beckham 2.0. And if he does that, they might just do something this year, because they still got Danny Dimes. They got Singletary. They got some good guys over there, some good pieces. A little bit of old school mixed in with a little bit of new school. So they might be able to come out and snag second place from us. We might be third place. I don't know. But like I said, man, I said 10-7. So we fuck around and win about 2, maybe 3 more of those games that I said. So we probably still be able to sneak out second place. But the Eagles, the way they team looking, bro, and they defense, they got all them Georgia players, bro. Like, nah, bro. It's actually insane. And they got some dogs over there on defense, too. Like, it ain't just, you feel me, one here, one over there, and then one behind the... Nah, they all dogs. So, it's going to be... Shit, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be tough as hell, but it's all about who wanted more. We always got this chip. We should have the biggest chip on our shoulder every fucking year. Like, because we have the highest expectations, and then we get to a point to where we look like we're going to meet expectation, and we get into the points where we finally test it to prove why we're going to reach our expectation, and then we fall short every fucking time. So we should have the biggest chip on our shoulder out of anybody in the league, and that's why I really feel like we should go out and do what we need to do. And, you know what I'm saying, be able to make a real run this season, bro. We should have the biggest chip on our shoulder out of anybody in the NFL. But it always seems like other teams are always more motivated than us. Like, that Green Bay Packers team, they came out in Dallas for the first round of the playoffs fearless. Like, they had nothing to lose when they really had everything to lose, because, shit, they were the favorite to lose. They were on an away game for a team that's the biggest team in the NFL as far as franchise-wise, the most highly watched. It's America's team. You feel me? So all the spotlight is on you. hostile environment, young quarterback, young team, and they came out like the shit was easy. So, I don't know, man. Hopefully the Cowboys able to do something this season. Like I said, I'm still a casual now. You know, my real loyalty to them, it's still there. I'm still loyal to the fact that, you know, I'm going to support those guys and hope that they win. But I'm not going to be the same Cowboys fans that I was, you know, 2-3 years ago when I was damn near I get tatted on me. Like I don't think that that's there anymore. I'm tired of the heartbreaking letdown. You know, I'm sick of being used to it. That's not something that I take pride into, being a loser and, you know, being loyal to somebody that's not loyal back to me. So, yep, I'm just going to go ahead and just, like I said, support minimalistically. And yeah, we're going to see how the season play out. Yeah, man, I'm a Chiefs fan for the most part. That's going to be the team that I'm really up, you know, rooting for. Like, come on, you got to make that. Like, you feel me? Like, that's going to be the team that's getting more of my energy rather than me getting pissed off and mad at the Cowboys and having my whole fucking week, you know what I'm saying, ruined because I got to wait till Thursday or Sunday till they play again to possibly have my mood better. Like, I don't have time for that. I'd rather go out and, you know what I'm saying, fuck with them Chiefs over there and Patty. You feel me? Because it's more than likely I'm going to be feeling a lot better throughout the week than I'm going to be fucking with the Cowboys. And that's just honest. Feel me? So that's going to be it for this video, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about, you know, the season and how it's going to go and what I think. Like I said, I mean, it's even more added pressure now that the Mavs and the Rangers doing what they doing and the Stars. You feel me? We the only team that ain't doing shit. So I feel like that added pressure might fuck around and be detrimental to us. I don't know. Y'all let me know. But anyway, man, it's been your boy. I appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for the subs and the support. It's been your boy. I'm gone.